And we should be live. Let me check. Yes, we are in fact live. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone. Ace here. Welcome to the live stream. Today I am joined with returning guest Nathan X2000.
Thank you for having me back on. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to have you on. Urosocium says, I feel worried of what may lurk behind the pages today. And indeed you should, because today we are jumping into the new Star Wars The High Republic Adventures comic book series. This is the brand new High Republic Adventures, not to be confused with the original High Republic Adventures, which came out, 2021? Something like that, I think. Maybe 2020, but yeah. And for those who don't know, this is indeed written by Daniel Jose Older. So, yeah. Ilya says, boo, looks good. We will see. We will see. Uru says Nathan is back to suffer for us or alongside us. I'm still surprised none of us have jumped off a building with these shitty comics. Yeah, I know. But Ilya, if you're curious, when it comes to the comic book series that everyone thinks of when they think of the really bad art style that's within the pages themselves, it tends to actually be this one, this or the original High Republic Adventure. So let's see if this one is any different. Alright, so this gives us, once again, the usual timeline. Star Wars, The High Republic, Quest of the Jedi. It is a time of great exploration in an effort to unite the galaxy. The Chancellors of the Republic, working alongside the courageous and wise Jedi Knights, have dispatched dozens of Pathfinder teams into the farthest reaches of the Outer Rim. But it is also a time of great uncertainty. Communication is unreliable, and tall tales of mysterious planets and monstrous creatures abound. Prospectors and pirates roam the frontier, and the worlds of Irem and Eranah, are locked in a forever war. And on a far-off planet of Dalna, a new threat to the galaxy is beginning to emerge. So right off the bat, so apparently the Republic at this point has multiple chancellors at the same time, it implies, which is pretty sure that's not how the Chancellor works in Star Wars.
No, that's not how republics work at all.
So, yeah, already off to a flying start. Then again, you could argue that that might be a typo, but again, if that's a typo, that still deserves a spanking because people.
It's made it into official. Yeah, it's an official production.
Yeah. Ilya says, I will be a contrarian just for the sake of it. We will see. Rose says, High Republic is only as high as the drugs you take, and anyone surprised they don't know how to politic? Yeah. Nah, yeah. I'm not surprised.
Boy, if this is anything like Space Jerusalem, then we're in for a treat.
Oh no, the Space Jerusalem. I still can't believe how Cavan Scott could sit there, write the plot for High Republic as Space Jerusalem, and at no point when he decided to make the council secretly run all the news media, mainstream news sites in the Star Wars universe on that planet, at no point did he think to himself, wait a second.
It's shining through. He's accidentally letting the Goyim know what it's like.
Shut it down. Winner's King says, maybe they mean this campaign has been going on for over multiple Chancellor's reigns. Okay, you know what? Well, maybe we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. TBA says, yeah, sounds like the Republic is doing a bang-up job of keeping the peace. Yeah, two planets are locked in a forever war. It's the High Republic, the golden age of the Republic, ladies and gentlemen. Eli says, why not have two chancellors? Rome and Sparta had two kings and two consuls. Technically, didn't in the case of Rome, they have the triumvirate as well?
They had they had up to like 5 leaders at the same time at one point.
Urias says, and they both went to shit. Yeah, yeah, too. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this. Do you want to voice Sav, or should I voice Sav?
Do you want to voice Sav?
I don't know how I should voice him, but, well, they're going for, is he a pirate or a Padawan, so...
I mean, it says he's only 15, so...
I guess I could do the 90s teenager with attitude voice.
Yeah.
I love how that is an instantly recognizable voice for just from that description. All right, but anyways, let's go ahead and get on to it. My name is Sav Maligan. All my life, all I've ever known has been the Jedi Order. I was brought here to Takodana when I was a baby, so I don't remember anything of my life on Fatrong.
I was brainwashed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a child soldier. Yeah.
Yeah. Ilya says, okay, the art style isn't that good. Sadly, the art style so far is actually good in High Republic Adventure standards. Just as a heads up. I have seen what High Republic Adventures can become when it's not actually trying. I know that implies that sometimes they're trying, but you'll know exactly what I mean. Winter's King says, for a while, yeah, Sparta only really worked because the two kings were raised from birth to be very close and not fight each other, and because the Spartan Elder Council handled most day-to-day stuff. Ilya says, I'm an MK Ultra victim. Oh, God. Imagine if they actually do go that way.
Space MK Ultra. Ooh.
Wait a second. I just had a thought. If
Go
that
on.
one planet that's Jeddah is Space Jerusalem, does that mean that the Jedi Order is Space Mossad?
Shut it down. Someone's catching on. His name's Ace 1918.
The Adventures of the Man Who Just Started Paying Attention.
Yes, yeah, it's very unfortunate to hear that Ace was found unalived in his bathtub in Minecraft.
Winter's King says, the art is childish, but it could be a lot worse. Ilya says, there's poison in my system. That's just us reading the comic. You'll feel it a lot more as time goes on. I'm sure you'll understand. Anyways, I became a youngling, then a Padawan. Everyone says I'm one of the strongest Force users this temple has ever seen. That I'll be a legendary Jedi one day. And don't get me wrong, I love the Force. It feels like home. Problem is, I'm only 15, and I'm already sick to death of the Jedi Order.
What a very smart 15-year-old.
Also, is it just me, or is this kid giving off Anakin vibes already? Being told that he's going to be one of the strongest Force users that particular temple's ever seen, I mean...
Yeah, I do see it a little bit.
Funny how that keeps happening.
Oh, yeah. It's not like the Jedi don't learn from their fucking mistakes.
Nope. That's why every night, once everyone's asleep, I sneak through the temple, quiet as a ghost. As I slip into darkness, I let that wild thrill of freedom rise within me. I revel in it. This is already off to a flying start.
Yeah. What? Okay. So you've got a temple full of Jedi who can detect presences from a distance, and you're telling me no one knows this kid's escaping?
Exactly.
Some weird fucking gecko creature is walking through the temple at night, and no one's still awake.
No one's
That's
still
dumb.
awake.
That's dumb.
No one's a light sleeper. Why wouldn't there be at least someone awake? It's the Jedi Temple. Winter's King says, also, why is every character they make Anakin? Is this that Jedi Master with the big hat and staff? This might be. This might be, now that you mention it. Aurora says, because the High Republic is full of hacks and incompetent people that can only copy-paste, and they still do a bad fucking copy of it. Yeah. Imagine if you know the time that when Anakin ran away with Padme, it's because he was sent to protect her, and there was no Jedi in that system at the time, aside from him. Well, technically he was a Padawan, so he wasn't even technically a Jedi right at that point. But Elia says, who gives a shit, Ace? Suspend the disbelief. I feel like I'm suspending my disbelief over a tank full of sharks.
Yes.
Alright, you want to voice the droid here?
Yeah, will do. 1 credit for passage across Lake Nymeave for the undercover Padawan, and 1 credit for the ferry droid's discretion.
It's not discretion if you announce.
Let our nocturnal clandestine sojourn commence.
I head to a place where no one bugs me about meditating or following rules, where I can be whoever I want, whatever I want, or even disappear. The only place I can really be myself. The castle of Maz Kanata, Pirate Queen, where all the weirdest, roughest, and most wanted and terrifying hoodlums of the galaxy come to swap stories and make deals. Which just so happens to be right across the river from a Jedi temple.
Yeah, fucking excellent place to set up shop, you know, right, fucking seediest place going.
Ugh. I mean, on Coruscant, you had to go to the lower levels to really find the gangs and whatnot, typically speaking. The Jedi Temple was not located on the lower levels. So
No. The only place where I can be who I want, the local Twilight Titty Bar.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Rose says, kid, I would disappear you in this whole universe for free. Ilya says, nice droid voice. And Space Alabama, as well as... Urus says 100% droid, pure droid stealth. You know, I was only semi-joking about making the kid disappear, but considering he is this smart, maybe he'd take me on that offer. To be fair, he's not the only dumbass, because again, this castle of the Pirate Queen is located right next to a Jedi temple, basically.
Yeah.
That guy's Alec. Wanted in like 20 systems. He once took over an entire battle station single-handedly. By mistake. I saved a small planet from invasion. Long story. Saved a small planet from an invasion. Long story. Beside him is Quiet Sean, Alec's protege. It's said if you ever hear her speak, it's because you're about to die. This writing really fits with this voice, I notice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least it's got consistency.
Yeah.
I mean, consistently shit, but you know, consistency nonetheless.
And of course, Thrum Scissor Punch. No one's sure if he's ever actually done any of the terrible things he's always bragging about. But his name, Thrum Scissor Punch? But his name is Thrum Scissor Punch, so who cares, right? Ugh! He brags about a whole bunch of stuff. We don't know, but he has a cool name, dude.
Spoken like a true 90s 15-year-old. Thrum Scissor Punch. Totally rad.
Ilya says, maybe the Jedi are like Space Marines they recruit from the dregs of society and gangsters and such. Normally,
they kind of do.
I mean, kind of, but normally the younglings are recruited at such a young age that they're not actually involved in crime yet. But you can, I guess you could kind of, but it's not going to be like the Space Marines either, because, well, they recruit from people who are in tune with the Force, is the best way to describe it.
Plus, the Space Marines don't take, like, children. They take, like, adolescents. Because the adolescents then have to complete the trial, or the trials, in order to become Space Marines.
Yes, pick a fight with a local battle brother. See how well you do.
If just imagine, like, a ring of Space Marines just watching two 5-year-olds fight. Yes, whack him with your power rattle.
Alright, back to it. And tonight's a special night. The reason any of us know half these stories about the legendary pirates of Maz Castle has come to pay a visit. A renowned prospector who has been earning a reputation as a master storyteller to boot. Dexter Jester. Wait, his name is Dexter Jetster?
Dexter Jetster. Yes, it is. Which, holy fuck, he's still alive.
Dexter Jetster travels the galaxy listening for tales of daring and danger along the way, and then he comes back to Takodana. One day, he'll be telling stories about the legendary pirate Sav Malagan. Just watch. So this kid is already thinking of betraying the Jedi Order and becoming a pirate.
Well, for 15, he's pretty smart to already have decided that.
To be fair, considering this is the Jedi of the High Republic, it would probably be the more moral approach to become a pirate than be a Jedi in the High Republic at this point, but still.
Exactly, at least you don't massacre, like, planets full of people just for training purposes.
Yeah. So, do you want to voice Dexter Gesture?
Yeah, fuck it, I'll voice Dexter. He's cool. Wait, hang on, Ace, do you even know what Dexter is?
I'm pretty sure it's the guy talking there on stage.
No, I mean, do you know who he is within Star Wars? It's why I said before, like, he's still alive.
I assume he's a character from the Old Republic era?
No, he's not. Like, in fact, actually, because it's the High Republic, it'll be before the Clone Wars. Remember when Obi-Wan goes to find that dart, and then he goes to that big orange dude with, like, the 4 arms and the cantina?
Okay,
That's Dexter Jetster.
Oh! Yeah, that does actually... No wonder he looks familiar. Yes, silly me. That shows how old the guy is, too, yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking old. Did anyone hear from Danto Parappa ever again? Of course they did. He went on to lead one of the most prominent crime families of his era. But the event scared him so bad he went into hiding for years.
And there's Coromant Vuzzle. All the songs say the law is always on Coromant's back. He's been arrested like a bazillion times, but gets away every time. So we have actual legitimate supervillains here, located right next to the Jedi Temple, and no one from the Jedi Temple has decided to raid this place.
Well, I mean, the Jedi could be hiding in plain sight. I mean, if you're surrounded by a bunch of criminals, scum and villainy, why would the Sith check there?
On the one hand, maybe, but on the other hand, this is the High Republic and not the Old Republic, so the Sith wouldn't be... They would have thought that the Sith would have been extinct around this point, wouldn't they?
Oh, sorry, I just meant the bad guys. I mean, it's Star Wars, I automatically defaulted to Sith.
Sorry. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Looks like Alaka and that creepy-looking guy are about to get into it over something. Then why don't you just arrest me then, huh?
Don't tempt me, Alak.
There's no fighting allowed here. That's the one and only rule. And rowdy as this crowd is, people pretty much abide by it. But peace is boring.
Look at that shit-eating grin on his face. Haha, I'm going to cause some mischief.
And what's the point of being able to use the Force if you're not going to cause a little trouble with it? Totally Jedi normal behavior.
Yeah. Although I will say, unironically, he is actually showing a little bit more personality than young Anakin did.
Are we talking episode 1 or episode 2?
Episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2, yeah. That's because episode 2 depicted him as nothing but a brooding, angsty teen.
Yeah.
Because that was apparently the thing in the early 2000s. Wait a second. That means Anakin would have been an emo, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would have been.
Well, yeah, he would have been. The greatest fighter pilot and one of the greatest generals of the Clone Wars. An emo kid.
Yeah, I can just imagine him just sitting in his Jedi room, just listening to My Chemical Romance on, like, full fucking blast.
You just don't understand me, man.
I lost my mom. You haven't been through the things I've been through.
Yeah, but I haven't done the things you have, Anakin. You know. You remember.
God, why can't I have a red lightsaber that resembles my soul?
Oh my god, I just realized. Now that I think about it, you've seen the Lego Star Wars game, the latest one, right?
Oh yeah, I love it. Played it, shit.
And now that I think about
Brilliant.
it, that's how they depict Anakin in that, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it is.
Dark Design says, well, it is the safest place to be a villain. The Jedi rarely leave the temple as it is. Or it says, the level of fuck you this comic already delivers is unsurprising. At best, Anakin was an edgelord, the edgiest of emo edgelords. Yes, he was. Also, now that I think about it, I know that one of the Lego Star Wars games actually let you go on Anakin's little rampage in episode 2. Killing not just the men, but the women and the children. Apparently, it still got rated E for everyone.
I don't remember that part of killing the younglings.
It was actually in the Game Boy Advance version, if I remember correctly.
What the fuck is it with like obscure consoles getting like the best side content possible? Where's my killing children DLC TT games? Bastards.
Yeah, remember the good old days of Deus Ex when you could just tase children and throw them into the ocean?
I know exactly. We're all sane individuals now because of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and carry on. Alright, I believe that's your character.
Urgh.
Ugh! Fuck. Of course, this can only mean one thing. Oh, it's her. Alright. I guess I'll voice her. What the Kirk Star is wrong with all of you? I don't know. You own a pirate castle and have these people who are all criminals gathered in one place, and you're wondering why there might be some fighting going on.
Ooh, very out of the ordinary.
Sensor Duck says, I killed them all, not just the men, but the women and the children too. Padme soaking. Oh my god, does that mean that was a pickup line for Anakin?
Yes.
I think that's, you know, what I'm reminded of now. I'm thinking of really bad pickup lines in movies that apparently worked anyways. There's actually a really funny one from a film called Shark Attack 3. Where,
Okay.
Alright. They actually went... I mean, the guy... The line I believe is... The line I believe that was the pickup line that was uttered was... And forgive me if this gets this video taken down from YouTube. But the exact line was, and I quote... I was wondering if I could take you home and eat your, the bit not being but something else.
Yeah.
And then it immediately cuts to these two characters in the shower making out. Like, immediately in the film.
Oh, fuck off. Do not tell me that they portrayed it as working.
Yes, they did!
Oh, no. So many teenage boys from the early 2000s probably tried that.
Oh, I could totally see that happening, too. Hey, I saw this pickup line in a movie that works.
Just know that out of all the chances, like, when lads were actually using that line, at least one baby was conceived out of it. That line is responsible for one human to this day.
Ur says, why can't this woman disappear from the franchise? That's a good question.
Yeah, they really keep trying to push her for some reason.
I don't know. Apparently she's younger in this because she's either has hair or that's just a hat of some sort.
Like, is she anyone's favorite character? Anyone?
No, because let's face it, the people who like the sequels will pretend to say that Rey is their favorite character. And they will do that to try to piss off the actual fan base because, well, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and do carry on. I think you're up next.
Miss Mars, I was walking away. Anyone can tell you here.
I didn't do anything. You jumped me. All right. Both of you say the other one started it. Inspector F, I told you you weren't welcome here because everyone is welcome here, and you seemed like a decent fellow, in spite of your career choice.
But I...
I'm not done. There's one rule and you broke it. When it comes down to a dispute between one of my most trusted men and the law, who do you think I'm going to believe?
Very well, but I shall. Bah, never mind.
And you! What were you doing starting trouble with him of all people in my castle, Alec? I can explain, Maz. We had set up a... Wait, is that my favorite person in the galaxy? The person that actually started it?
Look at those eyes, just... Who? Me?
Me, the great pirate Maz Kanata, knows who I am? And I'm her favorite?
Oh my god, you made that sound like a fucking anime protagonist. Just, I'm your favorite. Maz Kanata-kun.
Notice me, senpai.
Yes. Notice me, weird bug lady.
Also, why is his senpai an old bug lady?
Because, like we said before, Star Wars keep pushing this bitch constantly. She's no one's favorite. It's like, oh my god, famous pirate queen. Da 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 da. Oh look, famous pirate queen. Da 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 da. Even though we've never heard of this famous pirate queen in the last 6 fucking films, but all of a sudden there's this famous pirate queen in the sudden new 3 films.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and carry on. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, wait. Let's continue. Say something. All right, continue. You're up next.
Mars, if you keep talking like that, I'm going to believe you one day and make a fool of myself for love.
Oh, Kark. Do 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 do. The Notice Me Senpai turned into Senpai Notice Someone Else.
Baka, he's my competition.
Dexy Jet, you should have told me you were coming. I would have hurried prep a spread of your favorite tasty treats.
Just passing through, I'm afraid. Gotta head out now, in fact. But I'll stop back through before I leave town. I promise.
He's leaving.
Alright, everyone. Thanks for another exciting night.
Now's my chance to ask him about what makes someone a legend. I can find out how he decides whose stories are worth telling. He's certainly in a hurry.
Hold that ferry. 2 credits per passage across Lake Neve for you and... We must leave at once.
Alright, so it looks like we might have something going on here, bigger plot-wise, so we'll see how this goes.
It's still me, isn't it?
Yep.
Grr. Can you go any faster? He's getting away.
Who's getting away?
Ah! Where did you come from? She got on with you. I thought she was your associate for the adventures and intrigue ahead.
Adventures, intrigue. Apparently this is a chick, but I'm just going to keep with his voice.
Yeah.
We'll claim it's more diverse.
Look, it is not something a kid should be involved in. That was the most notorious pirate hunter in the galaxy that just stormed out of Mars's. I spotted him heading off with a water speeder, and I'm pretty sure he's up to no good.
Well, why don't you just ask RD to use his secret auxiliary speed propulsor to catch up?
He has a secret speed propulsor? Of course, this is a pirate planet. After all, secrets abound. Don't know why you didn't just tell me that in the first place.
You're welcome. Also, why is it a secret propulsor? Is it to save on fuel or something?
I don't know, but given what we know about that planet getting bombed by the evil bad guys in the High Republic at a moment's notice that apparently nobody can fucking spot when they plant a bomb, a propulsor just comes in handy for when you want to run away.
Siege says, then it's not a secret now, is it? Yeah, exactly. Aurora says, Ace, you used the D word, explodes. You mean diversity? Anyways, let's go ahead and continue.
Okay, slow it down here. I see the speeder docked up ahead. He must be nearby.
Since I helped you, you have to...
Yes, once I get back, you stay in the ferry and wait for me.
Unlikely.
Kid, I'm not joking. This isn't safe.
The name's Sav, Mr. Jetster. And I know, that's why I'm here.
Ah. Excuse me? Huh? If you're here to try to kill me, let's get started. But I hate to help me find out what's going on with these creeps in the clearing up ahead. Follow me. Stay low. And... please, for the love of all that is sacred, keep it down.
Alright, everyone. Enough chatter. Let us begin.
It's the Space Freemasons.
This blessed meeting marks the beginning of a truly remarkable alignment of interests and organizations. I have been tasked with uniting all of you, along with my own group, the Dank Groks, and together we will rid Takodana of both Maz Katana and the Jedi. Bzz, intruder alert, intruder. So they kept it quiet, were still found anyways, and so they decide to stand up and shoot rather than, shoot from a concealed position.
Yeah. Because, what the fuck is stealth in this
Also,
universe?
What the fuck is that pose, that firing stance that the Padawan is taking in the middle there?
No idea.
That is not how you hold a firearm.
Whoa, hang on. Look at the fucking angle he's shooting from. So the pitch of the revolver is above the hat, which he cannot see above. He's closing one eye.
You're right. They drew this so poorly that the character can't even see where they're aiming.
Okay, right. So effectively, the eye that's open is he's trying to aim by looking through his fucking fist.
Mm-hmm.
He can't see above it. Ooh, that's painful.
Dex is the only one that actually seems to be holding it like he's actually trying to aim and holding one of the blast. Also, wait a second. When have you seen blasters look like these in Star Wars?
Which one are you referring to?
The one that looks like an old flintlock that the one guy is holding, and the two that are being held by Dex.
I have never seen that.
They just
Dex just flat out looks like he's holding Glocks.
Yeah.
Sam looks like he's holding like a fucking Smith and Wesson.
I mean, Dex, you can even see the recoil slide that's actually drawn on these things.
Yeah, I mean, if it showed ballistics coming out, then I'd understand, because ballistics are still in the Star Wars universe, technically, but there's fucking lasers coming out with them.
Yeah.
Why is there a slider on a laser-based weapon?
Yeah.
Who the fuck drew this?
Well, I think
the actual fuck drew this?
So yeah, between that, the other one that looks like I said an old flintlock pistol of sorts.
Also, right, so if this guy's supposed to be a Jedi, why does he have one hand under his laser revolver when laser weapons have barely any fucking recoil? What's he bracing for?
That too!
You can fucking tell a leftist wrote this fucking comic. They have no idea what a gun is.
Now, I will say that a lot of times I will say credit where credit is due. There is actually, now that I think about it, there is one point. Holding two hands does stabilize it a little bit more, I think, if I remember correctly. So, technically, shooting at distance, there is reasons to do that. But also, this is a Jedi, and so where the or at least a Padawan, so where the fuck is this Padawan's lightsaber?
That as well. Just man, does that mean just parry this, you filthy casual?
Sensor Duck says, to be fair, the Ion Blaster is literally a sawed-off infantry. Yeah, that is true, and Han Solo's blaster is basically a modified C-96. But these things here, do these things that look like they were made by John Browning himself, do they look like they fit in Star Wars?
It looks like if I went to the beaches of Normandy today with a metal detector, I'd actually dig one of these fucking things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at least like Han Solo's gun looks spacey, kind of.
Mm-hmm. So, there's that. And then also, I'm pretty sure you could probably get something like this made from someone from the Khyber Pass as well, so...
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go ahead and carry on. Betrayed already? Our secret cabal has already been betrayed.
Yes, here, in the middle of the fucking woods, when we have defense robots patrolling. How could anyone have noticed us?
Everyone stay calm. Whatever it is, I assure you, my death-dealing droids will end them expeditiously. Did they see who we are?
Run! Go! Go! I don't think so. It's pretty dark. This way, we can take my speed.
Kaboom.
My speeder.
Do 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 do. Aurora says this is a group of fucking nerds. Our rival says Lego Star Wars blasters look better. I hate how true that is. The Lego Star Wars blasters look more like blasters from Star Wars.
They actually do, yeah.
Sensor says, I'm angry that no one made a blaster out of the pistolized AR-7. Surely those things are cheap and they look blaster-ish. Yeah, it would potentially be interesting, but... Alright. On one hand, I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this.
To the ferry. They'll just blow that up too.
No, they won't. You two go. But at the same time, I'll be honest. I'll handle them. I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. So, hid the lightsaber because wanted to hide identity. Okay, at least we know now why this character wasn't using a lightsaber and the blaster at the same time.
Yes.
Alright, let's carry on.
We're not leaving you here, kid.
Tang, 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 tang. At
I
first...
Jedi.
At first, it's just like training. Then I realize how many there are, and suddenly death feels very real. So near I can taste it. But if that's what this night has in store for me, so be it.
Crawling in my skin.
Let's see if there's any more, really. Alright, let's go ahead and continue, shall we?
Wait a minute, hang on. So, if the robots are in ranged combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they getting that close to them?
Good question.
Why are the robots walking up to them to shoot them?
I can only conclude that these guys are standing their ground, and so the robots are walking up to them now for some arbitrary reason.
Yeah, like quite literally. Look at the next panel. You know, the whole like nothing personnel kid teleports behind you. Like that makes sense. He's behind him. He's flanking him.
Mm-hmm.
But the top one is like, oh, let's walk towards the blaster fire. That makes fucking sense.
Were these robots trained by the Death Corps of Krieg?
Yeah, clearly.
Could also maybe be trained by the Trade Federation.
For the Mechanical Empire.
Anyways, let's carry on. Raph. Well, I guess it... Oh.
Oh. Guess that's that. You won't be reporting any info back to the others.
Wait, what was that meeting?
I've been following Arkic Von for a while now, trying to figure out what he's up to. Seems he's putting together some kind of collective. Anyway, you two, well, you have my thanks. But don't think this changes anything. If I catch you involved in any illegal activities, I'll Yeah. Save it. We're still clear of you, Ralph. Come on, kid. We gotta tell Mars what we heard.
So, about me having a lightsaber.
What are that? Oh dear.
The Dank Grox? Eric Von? Who are they? Dex kept my secret just like I asked him to. Told the whole story without mentioning my lightsaber or that I'm a Padawan. The Dank Grax are a criminal outfit made up of rejects from various backwater force factions around the galaxy. Bunch of losers, basically, but they're ruthless and very connected. Arkic has been obsessed with trying to take me down ever since I conned him out of a score he thought he was a few decades ago. What was the score? Takodana. You want to voice this character?
The big blue beetle dude.
Yep.
The whole planet. Legend.
That's probably why he wants to get rid of the Jedi too. They're in the way. He wants to turn this place into his own little empire, I'm sure. Let's see, who's that supposed to be? I guess that's my character. No, that's Dex, I'm pretty sure, actually.
Question is, who is he working with?
Maz, that ship you requested intel on has been sighted heading off-world. Perfect timing. Thanks, Emmy. I guess we better get moving. Only one question left. Okay, remember I said I was waiting my whole life for that moment earlier? Dex said you did pretty good out there, Sav. So, you want to come along with the crew? I lied. So now, this character is abandoning the Jedi Temple completely, apparently.
Yeah, and then also paints a very good picture of this pirate queen that they keep pushing because she's just employed a 15-year-old.
Yeah. It was actually this one. Absolutely. To be continued. And we get a preview of the next issue. Turf War with the Dank Grax. Well, I can see how this person is no longer a Jedi. Or if they end up being that way, yeah. Rival says B1 battle droids are somehow smarter, and when they do get close, they surround the target and suppress them in large numbers, not in groups of just 4 like these death-dealing droids. Dark Designs says, wait, a collectivist group having a meeting at night far from prying eyes were those space Antifa? Rose says, haha, the group is a bunch of nerds like I said before, can't believe it. Wait, I can. Rival says, that or Droidicas rolled up and deploy the shields in order to whelm an ambush. Yeah, the fact that even B1 battle droids are smarter than the droids we just saw is, yeah.
Like, they're smarter, but they're also part of, like, a hive-minded collective.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fucking embarrassing.
Aura says, and if this happened during any real time in the Star Wars universe, this Padawan would have been caught, punished, and then kicked out of the Order with every means to cut them from the Force. Yeah. So, having read this first issue, what are your thoughts, Nathan?
It's shit. It's not gotten any better.
Agreed.
Anything with the name Adventures tied to it clearly is cursed.
Yes. And on that subject of cursed, I have more good news. Well, not good news, but we have issue number 2 also out. Nathan?
I'll tell you my bank details, fine. Just make it stop.
Ready to get it over with, Nathan?
Fine, I'll tell you who was on the island. Just don't make me read more.
So, save it for next time, then.
Okay, right, seriously, if you want me to read through this comic right now, then yeah, fuck it, I'll do it.
Okay. Alright, Oro says, oh, a second comment, let me kill myself. We might as well get this out of the way, and hopefully, maybe this won't be as long, although... Okay, so, remember how this character was trying to keep secret the fact that they're a Padawan? And hide the lightsaber?
Oh no, just blatantly fucking out there now.
Yeah. Rose says Nathan wants a break. Well, I think we all want breaks admittedly. Rival says they fucked up.
I don't want a break, I want to die. I want the eternal break.
You want Canadian healthcare.
Yes, I want seppuku.
Rival says they fucked up on the basics of just the battle from what I saw. It takes a real bad author to screw up on a battle in the Star Wars lore. Yes, it does. And we have the most incompetent of incompetent writers to thank for this. Oro says, I need to have dinner after this. Do you want to kill my desire? We'll try to get through this. Hopefully this isn't too bad.
Yes.
Okay, so we skipped out on the intro bit there, so we don't have to worry about that. That's good, at least. Dark Design says, question, why does the little green character look like they have a female face on the cover, but in the comic they're drawn more like a man? Well, you can thank the artwork for that. Which is to say the artwork is not very good. Anyways. Let's get on to it, shall we? Undercover. The Venomed Scabbard. Undercover with a bunch of unruly pirates in the middle of a vicious turf war. Having the time of my life. Alright, everyone, listen up. Here's the deal. Nobody knows I'm a Padawan except Dex, and he won't tell. Far as everyone else is concerned, I'm just some kid along for the ride. And that's how it's gonna stay. We've been watching the Dankrak's ship for a while now, and they haven't shown up, which means time to get a little closer, gear up for maximum chaos.
Dear Christ, if you look at the spaceship, they really are putting the dank in dank racks. Look at the fucking weed vapor coming off that bitch.
Please tell me that when they open the door, they're going to see a little dog do a special salute. As... But, speaking of artwork... Take a look at the pirate ship that they're in. Is it just me, or does it look like it's drawn in such a way that it's actually bent?
I mean, I can tell that the jets are bent, like, slightly upwards,
like
but the middle of the ship
actually looks like it's kind of bent in a little, so...
Yeah, it does. It does look a bit like that, yeah.
Ugh, straight lines are hard.
What's a ruler?
Wait, let me check something here. Lines are not even matching. Okay, so look at the bottom. The lines aren't even matched up with where they should be. As well, that's another thing. So yeah, the artwork on this is not very good.
Oh, gee, the artwork not being good in an adventure comic. Shock fucking horror, Ace. This is a revelation.
I'm shocked and amazed. What else?
Yeah.
Uro says banana design. Dark design says place your bets, chat. Bong or no bong. Rival says what the heck is the design that looks like a banana? Just want to make sure you're okay with coming, kid. Coming with, kid. It might get hectic on there. Who knows? What? Yeah, perfectly fine. Why wouldn't I be? One question, though.
The door is always on his back. Ack.
Is Kuramont singing one of the ballads about himself?
But Big Coramont always on the attack. Ack.
Of course he is. He wrote most of them.
Fuck. I don't care what you say about Coramont. He's my favorite character.
Okay, fair enough.
I love him. Look at his face.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that becoming a meme at some point.
Yes.
Gah, what is that? That's a who, not a what. His name is Abadu. He keeps the venomous scabbard up and running for us. Also an excellent pilot. What's going on, Abadu?
Do you want me to voice Abadu?
Yeah.
Schmidt Bo Patrokargast.
She didn't mean any harm. I definitely didn't, Mr. Abadu. How's the hyperdrive upgrade going?
Kata keep up. I try Abadu Poparka.
Alright, why don't you stay on board and keep it at it then? Everyone else, let's do some rowdy renaissance.
Don't mean reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance. Sorry, whoops.
Oh no, it's getting to his brain already.
Yes, it is. The letters, Mason, what do they mean? That's what it feels like reading this comic.
I can imagine.
All right, you want to voice the chick here?
Yeah, I'll voice the chick. Arkik.
Arkik Von. What is it, Saya?
God, that fucking look at Orn. That's a creepy bastard.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like an alien Epstein.
He does. No, what he looks like he looks like an alien Joe Biden, especially with him leaning in towards her hair like that.
It must. Well, yeah, but then again, he's got no nose, so we can't sniff.
Good point.
Scanners show a smaller craft approaching the Grim Devourer. Looks like it's trying to blend in with some space debris nearby.
Maz.
What the fuck is that?
It looks like Jim Sterling in the wrestling outfit.
What you mean, like Stardust?
Yes. It kind of does look like this character has a star drawn on the face, so...
Looks like one of those stupid fucking NFT apes.
Yeah! It looks like that one Pop-Tart flavor that became popular in the 90s, that wild berry flavor.
Wait, hang on.
Look up wild berry Pop-Tart.
Well, yeah, I am doing... Oh my fucking god, you're right. kind of 90 shit is this?
Apparently, they still actually make that.
Yeah, sure, if you want type 3 diabetes.
We're American. We invent new types of diabetes all the time. Alright, I think that character needs the best Stardust impersonation possible, which means that character needs a British accent.
Fuck. God damn it. What type of British is Jim Sterling? Is he Queen's English? Like, what is it?
Just look up one of his latest Jimquisitions, or look up one of the latest Jimquisitions and check for yourself. I'm not that well versed. Although it is typically a fairly posh accent, so.
Let we blow them a roo out of the sky.
Simmer down, Lavalux. I have a better idea. The Force is telling me they've probably sent most of their crew to explore our ship, so theirs is unguarded. Prepare to board Maz Kanata's ship. The Dank Grax. Flying what appears to be discount X-Wings, basically. Except discount X-Wings already exist. They're called Z95s, so.
Minus 10 points for no originality.
These, actually, no, what these look like is, they actually look like someone has taken just random scrap and has combined it together to make a starship. So these are kind of like the DIE fighters in Rogue Squadron.
Oh. Okay. I'll take it from you then, Mr. Star Wars Lorna.
DIE fighters are, for those who don't know, are TIE fighter cockpits with Y-wing thrusters. And they have the speed of a Y-wing and the survivability of a TIE fighter.
Ah, yes, clearly all the best parts.
Yes. Uru says the fucking engines are literally connected by thread. Yes, as well as the nose of these things as well. And I really need to emphasize why this is a problem. Even if you're talking about the lack of an atmosphere, this runs into the issue of objects in motion stay in motion. Which is to say that the little noses that are just attached by strings would come crashing into the cockpits of these darn things. Because the cockpit, along with the thrusters, is going to go forward. And by the way, the thruster is going to go forward first, and then the cockpit second, and then finally the little nose third. So the nose ends up flying into the face of the cockpit, which is brilliant design. The thrusters, because they're just attached by hoses and string, apparently have the possibility of just tearing off on their own.
I've quite literally just gone onto the previous page to actually look at the design of the ship. I just went immediately after, without even looking at the ships. I'm now looking at them. What the fuck is that design?
Exactly.
The noses aren't secure. The engine isn't secure. What do you think? Ooh, space where everything floats around, it'll keep it in place. That's not how fucking space works. You bang on with the money. There's something in motion will stay in motion. That'll crash into itself.
Mm-hmm. Also, where's the weapons on these things?
I don't know. I'm assuming... I can't see any weapons, so I'm assuming they go Space Pearl Harbor the moment one of them needs to do an attack.
Maybe these are the things. Maybe these are the things that Space Jedi used to crash into the Jedi Temple.
Oh, yeah. TIE fighter fuel can't melt Jedi Temple steel beams.
Rose says the fucking engines are literally connected by a thread. Ace is
Yes.
applying logic to High Republic. Wrong move. Dark Design says, Ace, I think they are the weapons. Yeah, it's just like how in Warhammer 40k, how you can see the orcs firing just random crap from their guns and whatnot because orc logic. You remember the opening cutscene for the orc introduction for Gothic Armada 1?
Yes, I do.
Yep. The greenskins become the weapon.
The only reason these fighters can actually like stay up is because the dank racks have the same thing that the orcs do, where if they believe hard enough, it'll work.
Rival says there's no armor. A TIE fighter is more armored. Sadly, yes. A TIE fighter also probably has better survivability for the pilot as well in the event that it does get hit. I'm just going to point that out because at least a TIE fighter, the pilot has a flight suit that has a life support system on the flight suit itself. And therefore, a pilot can actually eject and survive ejecting from a TIE fighter. By the way, the Rebel Alliance also have life support systems on their flight suits. These are more advanced as well. The TIE fighter pilot has to use the flight suit's life support while in flight, whereas the Republic or the Rebellion's pilots don't have to do that, so they can stay in space for longer. There's several advantages in that regard for the Rebellion, but even the Empire takes effort to try to keep the pilots alive to some degrees. Which is probably more than this. But anyways, let's carry on. Rososium says, for them it is duct tape made out of space ducks. Wait, does that mean that this dank crew is basically red-green from the Red-Green show?
I'm sorry, I've never seen that. I don't get that reference.
Okay, the Red-Green show is about a guy named Red Green, which is basically the guy is a Canadian redneck, and is able to invent all kinds of random things out of duct tape.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay, yeah. Someone made a reference to this ages ago. Okay, so now I know what that is.
So for example, he duct taped a boat he duct taped tractor tires onto a Honda, so he could then duct tape a boat under the Honda and turn it into an amphibious car by duct taping paddles to the tractor wheels.
Jesus Christ, the power of an Appalachian hillbilly.
Except he's Canadian.
Oh, so he's even more north than the Appalachians? God, he's unstoppable.
Yes.
Although, given his age, the Canadian healthcare system will probably take him out soon.
Yeah, especially since, from what I understand, he's actually pretty base these days.
Well, I mean, a man lives out in the wilderness. Government shouldn't fuck with him. He's gonna turn out based.
Yep. TBA says, if they don't find you handsome, they can at least find you handy. Yeah, exactly. His catchphrase. He also sawed 2 cars in half and then fit the front ends of the cars together to create a 4-wheel drive, all-wheel steering vehicle. And yes, these 2 front ends of the cars were held on entirely with duct tape.
God, he's putting Phil Swift to shame. To show you the power of duct tape, I sawed the car in half.
Rival says, are these famed space chariots of Star Wars? Maybe. Although I'm pretty sure that the pod racers would be closer to the space chariots than anything, but I digress. Anyways, let's carry on. Truth is... Okay, here's the plan. Being undercover is a lot easier than I thought it would be. To be fair, I think Project Veritas has kind of confirmed that being undercover is easier than people thought it would be. We break into teams, scour the ship for anything that'll tell us who the dank Graks are working with, what their plan is, etc. Quiet Sean and Thurn will take the lower levels. Dex and I will handle the bridge.
You got it.
But maybe that's because... Alak, Coromont, take the kid and see what you can find in the gunner station. Yee! This is the real me after all. And when I have to be a Padawan, I'm actually undercover.
Fucking big brain logic, that one. Ah, there's a droid here.
I'll handle it.
Arr, invaders, I shall destroy thee and thine. Prepare to suffer grievously. Yar.
Alex seems surelier than usual.
Ah, yeah. Probably overthinking that argument with the inspector earlier. Ah, ho. You have successfully deflected my initial attack, fiend, but prepare to be annihilated by my follow-up unhand me, sir.
Gladly. Also, this writing for this droid...
I don't know, I love this droid already.
Yeah.
He's like, I will defeat you. Shit, he's got me.
Oh, they have history?
Not literally. Do they ever? We asked Alec to have a clandestine parley with Inspector Raff to find out if the pirate hunters might be planning a move on us. Get info. Raff went for the same reason, to get some info on the sly.
And?
And the fools went and fell in love.
God. So that fight at the beginning was just a gay romance quarrel?
Yes.
Winter's King says, is this pirate droid an attempt at humor? Yes, it is an attempt at humor. Dark Design says, doesn't the Jedi have a secret sect within them that tend to hunt down Jedi who go AWOL? Don't they, Nathan?
Jedi Hugo. Potentially, yes. I think they do. But I can't confirm that.
Ura says, no, it is the humor killer, which he's referring to the pirate droid. Rival says, in the words from Tuco from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, good movie, by the way, if you have to shoot, shoot, don't talk. This robot clearly failed at its task. Yep, Ura says, also gay representation. This is what makes the gay community hate the world. Dark Design says, wait, why is the cyborg with bandoliers reduced to ripping things apart with his bare hands? Good question! Winter's King says the Jedi shadows. Yes, all right. But also, good question. Why doesn't he use his cyborg legs to fight the robot?
And
Rather
also,
than, you know,
the two lasers at the top of his body, you know, which are ranged weapons.
Mm-hmm. Just use your bare hands on a droid. Because great idea. Stars, what have I done?
Notorious pirate and notorious pirate hunter. The kind of scenario that's cute on the hollows, but out here in the real galaxy, doomed from the get-go. Alas.
I now have definite evidence of criminal activity.
Oh, as embossed. Not now, Officer Rado.
Officer?
After my last trial, I had to agree to have a court-assigned officer with me at all times. It's a drag, really, but anything illegal that happens, he's implicated in by being present, so he never gets far in his citations.
They have included probation officers into Star Wars lore.
Because God forbid this has any level of seriousness about it.
Probation officers in Star Wars lore, tagging along with space pirates.
Yes, space ankle bracelets and space restraining orders.
Yes. Ura says this is so massively stupid, it is making the universe stupider by existing. Yes. Yes, it is. Alright, carry on.
Best to just ignore him. He always shuts up after a while.
Wait, is that why the song says you always have the law on your back? Yeah, because he literally has the law on his back in the form of a fucking probation officer.
I love how they decided to give more consistency to some stupid song that the big blue fish dude has than the actual fighting mechanics of a robot.
Yeah. Siege says, for fuck's sake, well. Krongung.
What's happening?
We're under attack, but we can't figure out who's shooting at us.
Come on. Come on. Why the blazes not? This stinking ship uses some kind of archaic tech that we can't make sense of.
And the attackers are behind us, so we can't see them through the viewports. Have you considered turning the ship? So we're
oh,
stuck.
fuck off.
So we're stuck waiting for them to either blow us up or come into... What the? By the void.
We're being attacked by our own ship.
Okay, so we now get a good look at this ship, and the lines that were not lined up properly on the bottom are now all of a sudden, except no, they still managed to screw that up. Do you see how wavy the bottom of the ship looks?
Yes, I do. I'm more concerned with the retardation that they literally left no one on the old ship, and now they've essentially just swapped. And also the fact that their ship has guns. This enemy ship doesn't. So they could have just used the guns in the first place to take him out.
Also, so wait, this is a pirate ship with casemate guns. Because I guess this is supposed to be looking like the old Age of Ships, Age of Sail style combat.
Haha, quirky Star Wars design. Get it, Ace? Lame.
Yes.
It's lame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number one rival says, I wonder when the Space Police, Space Marshals, and Space SWAT teams are going to be added. At this rate, we just want to add space in front of anything. Yeah. Dark Design says, let's face it, they're justifying the evil empire's reason to exist. Yeah. Winter's King says, did they literally fly past each other in space, lol? Or says, this design... Yeah, that's another thing. They flew past each other. At no point, no one from either side thought, hey, why are they sailing to our ship all of a sudden?
Shouldn't we stop them? Nah, it'll be fine.
Nah, it'll be fine. I mean, what can they do with all those guns mounted in the side of our ship? They'd have to turn the ship, and we know we can't possibly turn ships. That's why we can't see them out in the back of the viewports, because there's no viewports back there and we can't turn.
Dexter Jetster clearly left his keys in the ignition so they were able to turn the guns on.
Rival says those solar sails are useless, they're so fucking small. Wait! Oh my god! Those are solar sails! Oh no!
At least on Count Dooku's ship, it was cool. Kind of fucking cool. Chinese barge sails are those?
Hey, you know what they call those barges in China, right?
Are they like junk ships?
Yes.
Or junkers?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this ship literally has junk sails.
Junk sails for a junk crew aboard a junk ship on a junk fucking comic.
Yes.
I'm gonna get this fucking over with. Jesus Christ, it's hurting now.
Yeah.
Lame.
Lame indeed. Dark Side, just write a comic that children will enjoy. The last words the writer heard before suffering catastrophic neural damage. Sage says, it looks like two bars of soap shooting lasers at each other. Dark Design says, did they do anything with shoestring fighters? Did I miss a fight? No, they didn't do anything with them. Oro says, no, because the soap would involve cleanliness. That is not present in this scene. When King says, I thought there were solar panels maybe for extra power. TBA says, that ship would just spin vertically. Yes, it would. Siege says, oh, sweet Jesus, those are solar sails. Oro says, at least it doesn't try to be a space galleon. Yeah, we need the solar oars for that to happen. Give it a few seconds. We'll probably see solar oars.
As the damn Grax rode their way to escape.
Alright, let's go ahead and continue on with this stupidity. You know, for the ship of someone I hate with every cell in my incredible body, it handles pretty smooth, I must say.
Aren't you worried about the damage we're doing to our own ship? It's ancient Tund technology. Fire! Fire! Bang! Bang! Aye! Chuck! 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 Fire! So I've got to put on a bit of a gay British voice for Jimmy Sterling there.
Exactly. Which means they won't be accessing its controls anytime soon. And anyways, We have come into the possession of a whole new ship to call our own.
We can't take much more of this.
I know, but these controls don't make any sense. Ah! No, that's the droid's voice. Ah! Ha 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 ha. I can explain. Ha ha ha. Why there's a tiny metal head around your neck? I doubt that. But what would we really need? What we really need is for this droid to explain what's so funny. Oh, that's your character.
Yeah. Gladly. This is tuned tech, my dear saboteurs. You have no hope of accessing any of these controls. Unless one of you knows how to use the Force. Ha 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 ha.
Why would you design a ship that only people who are force sensitive could fly?
For exposition and for the concept of the Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm not sure I'll be much of use anyway. And anyways.
Wait. Really? You're kidding, right?
We still need someone on the guns. Why would she be kidding that she's not a Force user? It's not like everyone's Force users in Star Wars.
But hang on, but doesn't every single sentient thing have a Metachlorian count?
Yes, however, that doesn't necessarily make you Force sensitive.
About the Metachlorians.
Coramont, take the kid and go back to the gunner station. See what you can...
But what if...
Go!
You do realize that utilizing a weapon system will be in violation of... Not now, Rado. These controls require the Force to unlock 2, and we're about to get blown out of the sky in case you hadn't know. Aye?
A cockstar. That sounds like the name for an adult film.
Does it? I hadn't noticed.
Well, I pronounced it differently than Kark Star, we'll say.
Oh. 1 kablooey kazam, 2 kazam kazim, 3, 4, 5 kaboomy kaboom. I can't watch. That ship had so much cool stuff on it. Then again, you're only landing about 1 in every 40 shots, so...
Let me read some of the designs. Dark Design, or comments, Dark Design says, are they sure this isn't a Rakasha ship? Just have a tuned one. Rose says to me, they fucked up, it is not tuned, it's tuned. I looked it up because I remember the fucking name because I'm a nerd. They couldn't write the correct name of the species, unsurprising. Oh my god! That is impressively incompetent. Rose says, just nitpicking because, hey, I am not going to allow this piece of shit comment to have one single victory. Siege says, why is anything, lol. Dark Design says, I repeat, catastrophic neural damage. Winter's King says, Rainbow Monkey is annoying, can it just die? Yes, please. That's quite alright, Lovelox. It's time to see what this ship's bigger artillery can do. Ready, Dern? Excellent, then. Light them.
Incoming.
I think that's still your character there.
Oh. Ah!
But that's Huh?
Bada bada ba?
Chum chum chum. Heh 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 heh.
They're heading right for us.
Return fire. Battle stations, you pathetic flea-bitten denizens of the holy void. Rear cannons, fire! Wait a second. Something's really stupid here. And I just noticed.
Okay.
So, you notice how he said rear cannons fire?
Even though the firing from starboard to starboard.
Well, no, look at where they are panel-wise. He's got the ship that he has under his control flying straight at his opponent, and he's yelling the rear cannons to fire.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Now, someone might try to claim that, well, maybe we're just facing this as from the rear here, but, and I'm going to point this out because I need to here just to not deny this, just to deny this any victories whatsoever. Where is the page? I'll just keep going back till I find a page of the ship in question.
Oh, by the way, I looked it up. So, remember when Uros pointed out before that, you know, like they got the name of the Toon wrong, or the Tund wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turns out they didn't. Tooned is actually the name of the planet. The Toong is the name of the native species. So when they say that it's tuned technology, it was still right.
All right, so that is actually a technicality.
Yes. Like it's the same way if aliens came across something we had, they would say it's Earth technology.
Yeah, that's correct. Uro says, so technically it would be Toong technology, not tuned.
It would, the tuned technology would still count.
Mm.
'Cause it's from tuned.
Then again, though, it could be human technology instead of Earth technology, though, ironically as well, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. They both work in this, but grammatically.
Okay. Dark Design says the psychedelic alien is clear higher than stars, and someone thought they should be allowed near the weapon controls. Or says, Nathan, you betrayed me. But yeah, here's what I'm getting at. So see where earlier on this panel where we can clearly see the exhaust being at the back of the engine here, and this front area here. But so this is clearly the front. So when we head to where we are now, when we get to head to here, where we are now, yeah, the engine is actually facing towards them, so it's the rear cannons that are firing, even though the target is in front of them. Because that... Okay, then. Let's carry on. Not bad, kid, but we're gonna have to... Zada zada thum. And now they're facing side by side.
Mars, our shields can't take another barrage like that. And I don't think we have the firepower to make up for all the hits they've gotten on us.
And there's only one thing left to do.
Get the Kriz box out of here.
No, divert all power to forward shields. Maz, if you keep this up, we're gonna crash. Oh, sorry.
We're gonna crash.
Not if we blast them out of the sky first. All power to the front cannons. Release the torpedo. Thum, thum, thum. Hurt.
So it tells me Maz is in the cockpit just shouting, "For the Emperor, Banzai!"
Who's this now?
That was a wrong shot to both of you. This is Inspector Raph Thatchburn letting you know you're both in violation of the Galactic Airspace Code of Conduct. Therefore under arrest by the authority of the Galactic Anti-Piracy Command.
And neither of these two ships could just choose to take on a single snub fighter?
Yeah. Well, hang on, the Galactic Anti-Piracy, isn't that just the Space IRS?
Yeah. You forgot to... Yeah, they forgot to pay their space taxes. Because
that's how they got Space Al Capone.
Republic credits are no good out here. It's that, Spurn. Pull away, we don't want that heat. The heat of a single snub fighter. See you're off. Sorry to interrupt your reunion, Alak, but we are out of here. And he just watches them both hyperspace out and does not a single thing about it.
That's lame. That's super lame.
So
what's
to be
the
clear,
point?
They ran away from a single snub fighter. Both ships ran away from a single snub fighter. And the snub fighter let them run away.
God, that's like on Rome 2 when you have like an entire army of cavalry, but then the AI decides to retreat because you've got like one group of spearmen.
Mm-hmm. Winter's King says, "Is that a chlor slug he has as a pet?" Lego Rival says, "Lego Star Wars. Lego goddamn Star Wars has better design. My brain hurts from the designs being so bad." Winter's King says, "Those come from Korriban and are illegal to own under Republic law. Why would the lawman have one?" Good question. Hyperspace doesn't work like this. You need the calculations, the preparation, the motherfucking comic is shit. Yes, that too! What did Han Solo say? We have to do calculations or we might end up accidentally flying into a star. You know what? Maybe they actually remember that, and maybe these characters all die in a fucking star.
If that's the way this comic ends, I will thank God.
No, it's not the way it ends. Of course not. Well, it looks like we are stuck on this cursed pile of archaic toon junk for a while longer. But Abadoo is still on the scabbard, and we don't leave crew members behind. Plus, I want my ship back.
How will we find them?
I know Eric's old haunts. Arkic's old haunts. We can start there. I'm sure Abadoo will be reaching out soon with more info. In the meantime, get some rest, as much as you can on this creep heap. Anyways, we're all gonna need it. And Alak, take apart that droid and see if he's got any secrets for us, okay? Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, and kid, a word. How long have you known that your Force-sensitive Padawan Sav Malagan? All along, of course. She knows my name. I do pay attention, you know, but anyway, here's the thing. I thought this was just going to be a quick little jaunt, but clearly that's not the case anymore. Maz Kanata knows my name. Nothing else matters. Not really.
This guy's trapped on a space Hulk in the middle of like a fucking galaxy, and he's like, "Oh my God, Senpai knows my name."
This character's going to turn into a yandere, isn't she?
Yeah.
As you've seen, the danger is real. You might die. We all might die. The Dankraks are eccentric, but don't be fooled. They're vicious and will do whatever it takes to get what they want. And I know your master isn't going to like it. Old Kaktorf, right? He's a pain, but he can figure out something to tell. Point is, I need your... I'm in. To be continued. I wish not. And we get a preview for the next installment, and that is finally it. So the pain and suffering is finally over. Thoughts?
Why is it that the introductory art on the front of the comic books is always drawn immaculately, but for some reason they just can't keep that detail quality going throughout the entire fucking comic?
Because they're hoping that the idiots that buy this judge a book by its cover.
But the rest of the comic is literally just static images. There's no reason to not keep the same like image quality throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking jokes, man.
Siege says, I will sleep happy knowing that these characters will at some point in the canon of their fictional lives die. Winter's King says, ugh, simp. Ura says, why does the kid survive? Simps must burn in hellfire. Rival says to Siege, the author will find a way to make them immortal. In some way or somehow. I just know it. TBA says, a magic ship that made a blind jump into hyperspace. I guess it's too much to hope a bunch of chaos demons will start showing up soon. Remember, in the very first issue of the High Republic Adventures, the local citizens were referring to the Jedi Knights as agents of chaos, so at that point it would practically be backup. Uro says, and luckily there's no more comics yet. We could all die tomorrow, and the only benefit is that this comic would not continue. Dark Design says, I've looked it up. They used a freelance artist for the cover and in-house illustrator for the comic itself. Okay, that explains it. So they hired someone that's freelance who actually cares about the Star Wars universe, probably. But for the actual illustrations in the comic itself, no. So, yeah.
This was lame.
Agreed. This was
This comic was lame. It was shit.
Yeah.
They can't write an original cast to save their life.
The only thing I can say good about it is at least there's no Space Jerusalem plot. But that's kind of a double-edged sword because the Space Jerusalem plot of the other High Republic series is so bad it's comical now.
Yeah. Like, they even brought in my man Dexter Jetster to try and save this shit, but even he fucking can't on all of his forearms.
Yeah, so we are left with this. And I think they're starting to get increasing anime references in this comic book here, because when we saw the two ships enter hyperspace, you actually see that little anime-style exhale from the guy there.
Oh, you mean the lawman?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So, yeah. So, where would you rate this particular comic book series so far?
What's the scale you giving me?
The older High Republic adventures on the bottom, and we'll say the manga at the very height of High Republic.
If you showed me two comics from the High Republic, the old one and the new one. I couldn't give you the difference. They're
Fair
both
enough.
equally as shit.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. This is pretty god awful.
In fact, you know what? I'll put the old High Republic slightly higher than this one. Because the old High Republic had my man Geode and it had the Coom Spider.
Well, no, Monster of
Two.
Temple Peak had the Coom Spider.
That wasn't the High Republic.
Well, that was High Republic, but that wasn't High Republic Adventures.
What? You know what I mean? I put that above this. I just want my Coom Spider back.
Me too.
He was a good boy, didn't do nothing.
Ur says, man, this is the end. You know what I'm going to do? Watch something that is really good and then make dinner because I need to erase this shit from memory. Agreed. Dark Design says, it's Harvey. Tilly Bow, he has done covers for DC and Marvel. Okay. So, yeah. So, that was High Republic Adventures, or the first 2 issues of it. And I think that's the only issues that are out so far. Yes. Thank God.
May it forever remain that way.
Yes, please. But if not, we'll be covering them when they do come out. However, the good news is that we should be going back to some Star Wars that is actually good fairly soon, hopefully. Maybe next week we'll be back to... I forget which we'll be up to next, but we'll be up to something good, hopefully. But,
Thank
yeah.
fuck for that.
Anything else you want to add, Nathan?
I want to die. Why did you show me this?
Because it has to be shown and critiqued. And at this point, I guess I'm morbidly curious to see just how god-awful it gets. And needless to say, these 2 issues did not disappoint in that.
Can the bar get any lower?
You know that Daniel Jose Older will take that as a challenge. TBA says, bless you boys, you're sacrificing yourself so we don't have to. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I think that's a good time to go ahead and call it. So, yeah, this has been Ace.
So Nathan X1000, thanks for having me on again. I would like to say it was enjoyable, but I'm pretty sure I've lost brain cells at this point.
Thank you for being on, and once again, well, it was a pleasure having you on, but, yeah, this comic is god-awful. Would not recommend. So, yeah, in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.